it looked like it was over and they would never make sort of that kind of a realistic film. Then Rambo and Missing in Action, the Chuck Norris films, all that took over, and it was over. So, but the good thing that happened from Platoon was that it got me a film that they wanted to make. They bought this life rights of Billy Hayes, who had been busted, smuggled for smuggling in Turkey, lifetime type sentence, got out, escaped, and they wanted to make his story. Now, this is an interesting little bit, but I wrote the screenplay. It was very, very light. It was made, very low budget. Alan Parker became an international success, beyond belief. Really went around the world. That was 1978, 79. The truth was, and I found out 25, 30 years later, was that Billy Hayes had conned me and was bullshitting me the whole time that he was talking to me. Because he really had never said to us, to me, or the director, or the producers, that in fact he'd smuggled 3 times out of Turkey hash for money before he got busted this 4th time. We all had the impression this was his first time he was an innocent kid. Many stories like that we learned later, but this goes to show you how the life works. It's a little trickier, and one day it could become a good play. But he's quite an interesting con man. There are quite a few in life, and especially in the movie business. So that's the beginning. I give you a little sense of how it wasn't easy. I never gave up, and I got lucky at before 30, just before 30.
Yeah, and I think that's something.
7, 5 years old. I mean, you're in a rush. Why is this not happening? I was writing low-budget stuff, and then I would try high-budget stuff. I was going to make them myself. I made a small film, which was actually kind of a strange experiment called Seizure, which we shot, very low-budget horror film in Canada in 1973. So I was trying everything.
Very low budget. What sort of range are you?
In that time, $73. We had raised. What did you say then?
I was just asking the budget size.
Oh, $1973.
Yeah.
Well, you know, whenever we talk budgets with the young people, they never understand that. They always think, "How can you spend that much money?" But believe me, you spent money on the normal things, and in those days, there was no the video type technical services that you would have. You couldn't shoot with a small camera like we're doing now. Lighting was complicated. Anyway, that cost was budgeted at about $160,000. I don't think we ever saw that amount of money. It was we ended up actually in cash by making it for $80 and lied our way through the rest. We were hunted down by the Canadian Mounties. It was all kinds of problems. The producer, there was a warrant for his arrest. There was issues all the way through that film, but it was a learning experience. I'm giving you a taste of it.
I know it's terrific.
Detail. No, each one existed for me as if I was in love, and that was my wife for that year and a half or 2. That was my life. If anything, I was perhaps overly devoted, and I think sometimes my kids did not spend as much time. To me, to spend time with your kid or a movie is much more interesting. You know, stay-at-home dad, I appreciate all that stuff, but it doesn't work for me. I had done that as a kid, but I didn't want to repeat it. Anyway, I lost my turtle. I had all kinds of animals, but my turtle disappeared from the wall, and I looked for it for a long time. One day I was saying, this turtle is still on the wall. It's like an Edgar Allan Poe story, and I devised a story about the turtle that comes back from the dead.